Well, we have heard about ways that people have to protect themselves and others during the COVID-19 pandemic. Wear a mask, stay home, practice social distancing, wash your hands. But we do have a situation where people are divided about these rules and in some cases defiantly refusing, for example, to wear a mask. Maison licensed family therapist Susan Harrington joins us now with some tips for how to handle this if you find yourselves getting into some kind of a conflict situation. Good morning, Susan.
Hi, John. Good morning.
So, I mean, what's the best way to approach somebody, a family member, for example, who says, I don't believe in that mask stuff and I'm not doing it?
Absolutely. So approach is the right word, right? So how we approach it makes all the difference. We've all heard that people say things they really mean when they're angry. And what we mean by that is that our tone, our body language, our facial affects, those kind of things really mean the difference. So when we think about those things and we approach people from a place of respect and consideration for both parties, that approach is going to make them more receptive. It opens that opportunity for that to happen.
As opposed to the other extreme, which is, somebody start yelling. If you start yelling at somebody, even if you're in the right, that can deteriorate
exactly.
in a hurry.
Right. What Julia Andrews used to sing about, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The approach is really important, So there are some specific steps that we can take, right? So we can make our statement, just be very polite. Would you please mind? I would appreciate it if that sort of statement would make all the difference. We can also plead our case in a sense. So, for example, say to them, it would really be helpful for me in my case if you would when we're together because of my health condition or I'm concerned about my younger child or some personal issue. That usually makes a connection and a difference. Then there are those situations, like you mentioned, that people absolutely refuse. It's my right. It's not about a right or a privilege, it's a choice. It's a mandate. In those situations, I have to make a decision. Is this worth it for me with that person to interact with them and take that risk? Do I want that to be? I have to make a decision. And based on my decision and their response to my decision, I can then take an action, whatever that action is. So I might decide I'll only talk to you by phone or video. We can interact from 6 feet apart outside. I can make some decision, or I can say, I just won't interact with you because you're being so consistently refusing of us interacting.
And it seems, this is the kind of thing that on the whole issue of how you deal with strangers, dealing with family members, people feel passionately about this. It's gotten political in some ways, not with everybody. You could have a lasting effect on a relationship if it's not handled properly by one side or the other.
Absolutely. I have my own family members that choose the opposite of not wearing a mask and saying it's a right. And we've made attempts at trying to address this. And it doesn't change anything. So I've done just what I've kind of listed, although it comes from the research. It's like we have to just make a decision at this time, what's more valuable. I want to be able to be alive to talk with them later, right? And so I choose just not to interact now.
Finally, then, is there anything special you folks are offering right now to help people through this pandemic?
We are, because we know people are struggling with issues like this. So one of the things that Maison is doing that's really special to us is we're offering a free 90-minute session where you can meet with someone at no cost at all. And this is specifically designed for families who have a first responder who's in action like this. So that could be emergency personnel, that could be medical staff, those sorts of people. We want the family members of them to come in and help to address this, like for example, their mom or their dad not being able to hug them when they walk in the door, being gone for long hours, how to address these issues.
So something that would be free. All right.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, we're out of time, Susan. Susan Harrington, thank you so much, as always, for your help. We appreciate it.
Thank you, John.
All right. The first day of school marks